We have huge breaking news tonight, and I can't even believe I'm going to tell you what I'm about to tell you, but in a highly...
When I learned about the leaked draft opinion, I was not surprised, but it felt like a gut punch.
Folks started hitting the streets and started organizing rallies and protests and rising up and coming together. They started gathering outside the federal building in San Francisco. So I beelined there. I wanted to be there with them.
We are saying hell no to stripping away your rights, your choice, your freedom.
We will not go backwards. We will not go back. Not now, not ever.
I thought to myself, do they really have the audacity, the unmitigated gall to just say, we know you have grown used to regulating your own bodies, your own family planning, but we're going to take that right away.
We were staring down the possibility that our daughters would have less rights than we had.
Back to a world where people are forced to give birth.
I have grandchildren. I don't want them to grow up in a world where women don't have the freedom to decide what is best for them. I don't want that world to exist.
This was going to have an incredibly consequential impact on the lives of innumerable women that I knew personally, but women all over the state of Michigan.
Almost half the states are expected to outlaw or severely restrict abortion.
We got to work. We got to work. And I think all of us view being Attorney General as a privilege, because rather than just be angry at what some powerful person did, we started figuring out what we're going to do about it.
Minnesota is working to get ahead of any decision.
No one who travels from another state to seek an abortion that's legal in Minnesota is going to be prosecuted. I will directly intervene to stop any such prosecution in Minnesota.
I told my team we had to get ready. I knew that Roe v. Wade would be a thing in the past very soon.
Thank you for joining us on this Friday night on a day that changed America.
We won't go back.
This is the moment when the crowds gathered in front of the Supreme Court heard the news.
According to Justice Alito, the Constitution does not confer a right to abortion. Roe versus Wade and Casey have been overruled.
I'm disgusted and disturbed, disappointed and frightened. Those were the immediate sentiments that came to mind when I awoke to the news that the Supreme Court, for the first time in the history of our country, is removing a constitutional right.
We got to work in our own states, and we got to work jointly throughout the country to protect women, to protect providers.
I will use the full force of the law to protect reproductive health care. This decision fails to protect us, but I, in California, will not.
Abortion trigger laws took effect today.
Attorney General Josh Kaul today filed a lawsuit to fight a law that predates the Civil War and women having the right to vote.
It does not serve the health or the safety of Wisconsinites to enforce a 19th century abortion ban, and we are not going to do it at the Wisconsin Department of Health.
AG Dana Nessel says she won't enforce the law, nor would she defend it.
I don't think I'm doing my job if I'm out there prosecuting women and doctors for what I believe to be a sacrosanct medical decision.
We had to do everything we possibly could to make sure that that 1931 law never went into effect at all. And because of the work we did, it never did.
Arizona's Supreme Court today ruled that a 160-year-old near total abortion ban is still enforceable.
As long as I am Attorney General of the state of Arizona, no woman or doctor will be prosecuted under this draconian law.
Attorney General Rob Bonta says California will continue to lead the nationwide defense of reproductive rights. State officials are working with law firms to set up a hotline.
Abortion hotline for folks not only in Massachusetts, but even folks outside of Massachusetts to ensure they know their rights
and that those rights will be protected during this unprecedented time.
When Democratic attorneys general get together, we are a force multiplier.
In the spirit of when we work together, we can accomplish more. When we work together, there's nothing that we can't do.
A group of 22 state attorneys general issued a joint statement reaffirming their commitment to protecting abortion rights.
Right now, we're awaiting a ruling by a federal judge that could restrict access to abortion pills.
Nearly 24 Republican state attorneys general threatened Walgreens with legal action if abortion pills continue to be distributed in their states. Meanwhile, a coalition of Democratic state attorneys general are now suing the FDA for unnecessarily singling out the medication.
That's what it means to have a wall of Democratic attorneys general that are standing for the right to choose.
Even if you live in a blue state, abortion is always on the ballot.
We've got to use this as an opportunity to reignite a new birth of freedom.
Who you select for president matters. Who you vote for Congress matters. And who you vote for Attorney General of your state matters now more than ever.
We are the last line of defense for women's rights in this country. There is nothing more important.
We will never give up, simply because there is no option.